If you're a beginner looking to start an Amazon FBA business, one of the most important aspects of your journey is your actual product launch. And so this is my simple breakdown as someone who's been selling for almost 6 years now in terms of how I go about launching my products so that I reach the first page as fast as possible and ultimately get to a point of profitability as fast as possible. So once I'm live on Amazon, before I do anything, I want to focus on getting reviews, assuming that my listing is already optimized, good photos, title, bullets, A+ content, etc. I want to focus on getting at least 5 reviews first before I turn on PPC, which is their internal advertising system. I'm not going to go into depth about how I get those reviews. There's other videos I have on here that go into that. The point of this is to just give you an idea of the overall launch strategy. So let's get 4 to 5 reviews at the very minimum to start with. Once I have reviews, I am then going to turn on PPC. Now, I would budget at least $1,000 in your first month. This isn't like a lump sum that you give Amazon. This is based on daily spend. And so depending on results, you can of course adjust this budget. But I suggest $1,000 minimum because any less than that, and it's going to be somewhat difficult to compete. And in fact, the more aggressive you can be, the better. So for me, I'll sometimes budget, $100 a day for a new product launch because I know that the faster I can get to the first page, typically the faster I can hit profits. And so by being more aggressive initially, you get to a point of profits faster rather than trying to spend the very minimum amount. And it allows you to fail fast. And what I mean by that is gives you an understanding of what keywords are working well and what aren't. Now, I'm typically going to turn on some auto campaigns to gather some data in terms of what keywords are performing well. And then I'll usually go after a couple of keywords that are kind of low to mid range in terms of search volume. Maybe something that has 2,000 to 4,000 searches per month and another that maybe has 6,000 to 8,000 searches per month. And the reason I'm doing this is I don't want to go after the main keyword right out the gate. It's going to be very competitive and it's also going to be a costly keyword typically if it is the main one. I would start with some lesser search ones typically so that I can still rank and has good search volume. So I'm still going to see some decent sales. And it's kind of a snowball effect. As I start selling more and ranking on page 1 for those specific keywords, I will naturally start ranking for other keywords as well, which will make it easier and more affordable to eventually rank for that main one. If you want to learn how to sell on Amazon, give me a follow.